passed this, the Laken Riley Act. This an attempt to crack down on illegal immigration. Every Republican in the chamber voting for this bill. It even received even more support than it did the first time around. 48 House Democrats jumping on board to pass this.
And the bill is named for the 22-year-old nursing student Laken Riley, who was murdered on the University of Georgia campus last year by Jose Ibarra, an illegal migrant from Venezuela. Now, it would require the detention of undocumented immigrants arrested for certain nonviolent crimes, such as theft or shoplifting. That was a crime Ibarra had been charged with, but was not detained for. Joining us now, Addison McDowell, a new North Carolina congressman. Congressman, welcome. Thank you very much for coming on. Look, for folks who want to feel safe in this country, do you believe the Laken Riley Act is a step in that direction?
Absolutely. It's a great first step. And, you know, we got a mandate for President Trump because people didn't feel safe. And it's my #1 priority in this Congress is to have President Trump's back and help him secure our border and fix the Biden border crisis. And this is a great first step. And of course, it's a sad, somber day that we honor Laken, but it's a great day because there's a new sheriff in town. We're ready to get to work.
The Laken Riley Act is gaining support among Democrats ahead of the expected Senate vote that is on Friday. 3 Democrats in the Senate already plan to backing this, including Senator John Fetterman, Gary Peters. And in the previous round in the House, it was about 30-something Democrats that jumped on board with Republicans to get this act passed. Now it went up to 48. Perhaps your thoughts on those that didn't vote for it, that did not support it, and in the future?
It's crazy. I mean, it's common sense. This is common sense legislation, and I would question any member of this body that would vote against it. And I would challenge them to look at a family like Laken's or look at a family like mine, that we lost my younger brother to fentanyl poisoning, and that's the reason I'm in Congress. And I would challenge those Democrats to look at my family, look at my parents, look at me, and tell me why they voted against that bill, because it makes no sense. This is a common sense issue that if you commit a crime here, you are going to be deported. And I don't see why that was not just a common sense, unanimous vote.
Well, thank you, sir, for sharing that about your family. As a freshman member in Congress, you know, viewers might not be familiar with your personal story tuning in from across the country, and we do appreciate you being willing to share that about yourself. To your point, though, sir, not all Democrats are on board. We wanted to share the sound. This is House Democratic Caucus Chair Pete Aguilar slamming the passage of the bill, saying the GOP does not like immigrants. Let's watch.
Look, it's very clear that House Republicans are going to push an anti-immigrant agenda. There are serious flaws in this bill. It did not come up before the Judiciary Committee. This has not gone through the normal traditional process.
I know you're new to the Hill, but do you anticipate, you know, these challenges throughout your term where you've got folks who don't want to have bipartisan work together?
Yeah, sure. I mean, and that's of course we're going to need that. We've got a small majority, but just to those comments, that we're not talking about immigrants here. We're talking about illegal immigrants who commit crimes, and that is it's an intellectually lazy thing to say. To try to say that Republicans are going to be anti-immigrant. That's not true at all. What is true is that if you come to this country and you commit a crime, you are going home. If you're here illegally, you are going home. That is the mandate that President Trump got, and we're excited to get to work in enforcing that agenda because it's needed, and we cannot wait. We cannot wait any longer. We have to get to work right now.
Congressman Addison McDowell joining us. Congressman, before you go, as a freshman congressman, just getting in there into D.C. in the Capitol, officially in politics on this level, can you share with the viewers what it looks like through your eyes coming in? Were there any surprises after being sworn in and being able to see behind the curtain, if you will?
Well, the biggest surprise for me was that my youngest daughter behaved perfectly and my oldest daughter didn't. And so I had them on the floor with me, so it was a real surprise to try to hold my 30-pound toddler and get to take my first vote. But just the sheer honor that it is to be able to get to represent the people back home and have their voice here in the halls of Congress, it's an incredible honor. But, for me, it's just the history of this body, getting to be a part of it. It's a great honor, but I'm just ready to fight. I'm ready to get to work, and I'm ready to serve the people back home.
Well, I'm sure your kids are proud of you, even if they show it in different ways. Congressman, thanks so much for joining us. Congressman McDowell of North Carolina, we do appreciate it. Best of luck to you.
You got it. Thanks so much.
President-elect Donald Trump